Hello, welcome to the Heroine Show. I am Reverend Blessing Ajayi, the host today. Today I have my wonderful co-heroines on the show. How are you, Lady Abba?
Fantastic.
And Heroine King?
I am doing fantastic as well.
Thank you so much. Today we are going to be featuring a topic that is very, very important that I know that each and every one of you will connect to it. I want to first of all welcome all of you for our International Women's Week. It's a privilege to stand before you to say, to present our International Women's Week, and it's a privilege for women, great women, coming to together to celebrate one another. That's why this topic is very important, because we are talking about women in leadership, whether your leadership in the community, in the sector, in various areas of life, in leadership in the area of faith, non-profit, entrepreneurship, grassroots leaders, change makers, mention it, politics, mention any department of sector of leadership is very important. We want to celebrate you and let you know that your position is very, very inspiring, even to the next generation. Today, I want to ask our great heroines to celebrate themselves, because I know each and all of you here are leaders in the community, and you'll be leading in different positions at your work career. Mm-hmm. So I want to call on the heroine Adeshola. What do you understand? How does being a woman leader, how have you feel about being a woman leader, not just in your sector of career, but in community?
Thank you so very much. This topic is really very dear and near to my heart, because I want to start with a quote. Now I've forgotten who brought up that quote, but it says that leadership is action, not position. Right? Women in leadership bring a lot of different dynamics to it. Women don't wait to be called CEO or whatever title before they take ownership of things. And I actually want to stop and celebrate women in the community. The reason why I want to celebrate these women is because they created from scratch a table where they make things happen. Nobody gave them the go-ahead to do it. They did it because they're passionate. They did it because of the love they have, because they want to see positive change. Somebody like you. Do you get what I mean? Nobody told you to go and do Jewel. Nobody told you to go and, create spaces, but you know that there's a need. You identify the need, and you felt you have the capacity to be able to change the narrative around that need. So seriously, shout out to all women out there who are doing their bit in supporting our community.
Thank you so much. That's quite truth. Sometimes you feel, what do I have? I don't have what it takes. I'm not qualified. It's not about the title or what you acquire to do, but it's about what you see to solve. Give us the resilience, the motivation, to step up to that. Sometimes when you cannot do this, you call one or two persons around you and share the ideas and see what can come out of it. But we must be able to see problem. And I will align that to your family, right? When you see that there is no food at home, what do? You know it's time for you to go and get some grocery and make something for the family to eat. Sometimes it's not about where it's not about in the abundance of it, but the little you have, you put it together. So that's one of the important of the show. Heroine Kim, can you just highlight on this?
Yes, I like what Heroine Abba has already said, but just to add a little bit more content to that is, as women leaders especially, we set the pace and we set an example for our girl children as well, because we always have eyes on us, not just in the corporate world, not just in our church and in the community, but for our own girl children as well, because when they look at us and see our strength and our resilience and the things that we have to face, not only as a mom at home but out in the world and so on, that encourages them to then take the same path as you and gather that kind of strength from you, knowing that if my mom can do this and she can be an example and be these kind of things to all these different people and places, then I also can follow in that footstep and do these things. So there's nothing that I cannot do.
That's true.
Because I'm following in the path of my mom. So I want to introduce that, because a lot of times we don't realize that we have a lot of eyes on, and one of those eyes are our children and our family members as well. So the impact that we have, and that builds confidence in our children, our girl children, our women around us, and our sisterhood. So confidence, mentoring, and inspiring them as well. So
I just want to quickly add to that. And you're so correct, because I've had people tell me, just looking at you, I know what to do. Most of the time, it's not about what we say.
Right.
It's about what we do.
Absolutely.
So it's so important for us to do what we, put our mouth or our money where our mouth is, so that the young ones watching us are not confused, right? We're showing our true, our true color, as people will call it, and they're able to gain insights from us even without us speaking.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because it's not always what you say, as you said, it's what you do.
Yeah, I can see, what came to my mind while we are discussing now is that some may say, oh, how do I even know I can lead or have a leadership? Leadership is of different form. There are the one that you are at work and you lead in your workplace. Some in the church, you lead in your church. But this one is like you're taking totality of creating, developing, nurturing, and also bringing it to the community to recognize the solution to the problems, which is a very wide one that a lot of people find it very difficult. I would say personally, myself, that's what I've been doing, creating and developing. It's very tough, hard. And I want to ask you, for someone who wants to know, you're working a corporate job, you have family, you are dedicated in everything that you believe, and now, again, you are leading organization in a big platform, not just one, not just two. You're still getting involved in the community. How do you do that? Someone want to know, like our viewers today, they want to understand, how do I come to become a CEO? Apart from, what I'm doing, can I do something extra? I don't know. Just let us know.
So I would say, again, it's all about passion. What is your experience? What are you trying to achieve? What's the impact you're trying to have? Right? A lot of us, yes, we know we need to take care of our family, those are our responsibility. But whether we like it or not, if we want our families to actually have peace around them, the community needs to be at peace, right? And if the community is not at peace, seriously, who is going to be their role model? Who is going to support them? And so when women, again, hats off to women doing a lot of amazing things. When we do it, we're not doing it because of, we're not looking at, the instant gratification, because you're not going to see it. It's a long journey. It's not a sprint. We got to take it a step at a time. And again, you have to be passionate about what you're doing. I was telling people, I said, it's important for us to know what our purpose and vision is in life. So when you know what your purpose and vision is in life, you're able to follow through. And our purpose and vision is usually not all about just our family. It's all about humanity, how we carry humanity along. And so I would say that when you're passionate, when you love what you do, when you know where you're going, when you have a purpose, you have a vision, everything doesn't seem like work. Everything kind of blends together. People ask, okay, so I work in a bank. What I do really is to support, coach, upskill in the community. That's what I do. So kind of meshes up. Now, let me throw this out there. Is it for everybody? Maybe not. Because we're all at different stages in our lives. So I'm at a stage where I feel more comfortable doing what I'm doing, but then I've been doing this for quite some time, but I can only continue because of my why. And my why is I want to impact the world around me.
There you go. Okay.
And you're
so
right.
the same to you.
You're right. I was listening to what you're saying when you're talking about what you're doing. A lot of times when we're doing certain things, it's not that we are skilled in something or we have to be educated. If you find that passion, something that ignites that passion within you, and you do it, other people around you can feel that. They can see that. It's a non-verbal thing that they can see it, they can feel it, they can see it from your disposition, how happy you are when you're doing whatever that activity may be. And then from them watching you, they can feed off of that energy, and they themselves can become, that is how you're being impactful to them, and that is how you are also mentoring them, and that's how you're also helping them to become a better version of themselves. So this all works together as we transition our hard skills from whether it's our corporate job or our work into soft skills or into skills that we can now use in the community, which we can now share with others and help others to become, as I said, a better version of themselves and to become purposeful in what they're doing.
Thank you so much. That's all truth. Like we said, someone will ask, how do you even start? How do you even know what to do? They are eager, they have the passion, but they don't know how to start. So if I may add to that, let's say now you are the one that sees that each time you go on the way, you always see waste drop on the road, and then your eye always sight on it and say that no, it's not supposed to be there, and you started picking them like no, it's not supposed to be there. God is channeling you to what you know how to do best, and you're picking it, you seize it. I may pass it, I may not even see it, or I see it, I just pass. Then you're discovering something that you need to pay attention to. For the layman understanding, simple explanation, you're seeing a vision that you need to pay attention and teach others not to. You can be an advocate over that, saying that no, it's not good to drop waste on the wayside when you're going, and you begin to advocate for that. That's you're actually initiating something that the community need to know, to hear, right? So in different ways. So it must not be something very, very big and strategic or something. Then you can take it from that place to the other. But you must be willing to sacrifice. That's one big side about it.
And another thing is, you want to do it, people have done it.
Yes.
Why don't you talk to them?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because they can guide you.
Yes.
They can partner with you.
Absolutely.
They can show you the way.
Exactly.
So don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yes.
That's all I would tell you.
Yeah. And to partner up.
There's nothing new under the sun.
No.
Very important. And feel free. If the other one has gone high and you're still here, you must start somewhere. So leadership does not have to be loud to be powerful. Leading with empathy and purpose is very, very important, because you're trying to help your neighbor in one way or the other. Even at the working sector, like in the bank, they are solving problems. Sometimes they get overwhelmed. In fact, they work more than the money they receive if those are received salary. Yeah, because you want to be good at. Sometimes family come to you and start complaining issues for so many things. The challenges alone is overwhelming. So you must love what you do. So if the women out there that you love what you do, and then you have passion, whether in the school, whether in the community, in the church, you just need to do it and bring it out to reach more people so your voice can be heard. All right, so that's very, very, very important. And I want to say that inspiring, what are the different styles that you think, if I may hear your contribution on that, different leadership style and impact that you can tell our viewers so they can and they will know.
So I will say Google has a lot of styles, right? We just gotta Google it. But I will mention some, and I'll put, my take on it. So we know there's democratic styles where, opinions are valued. So, depending on the organization, the type of leadership style they're going to engage in is dependent on what they're trying to achieve. It could be a combination of all of this, not necessarily one. And I just want to point out Apple. Job, the founder of Apple, was pushed out and Apple was nothing. It became nothing. And he had to come back to revive it. So at times you need to, depending on the organization, maybe the conveyor or the person that created or started it does not need to leave immediately, right?
That's true.
So that there's no, and there are other organizations that we know that did not change their styles and they went out of extinction. So again, it's a balancing act. Will this one work for me, or will that one work for me, or will a combination work for me to be able to maintain the organization is very, very important.
Thank you so much.
I would also like to say that leadership also depends on the style. There's a little quote that I have here that says, leadership is not about being in charge. Leadership is about taking care of those that you're in charge of. Because if you take care of everyone that you're in charge of, then they are more than willing to cooperate and to work with you, because then everyone is seeing us as a team rather than just someone is leading us for us to follow. So I think that's a very crucial and critical point, because that is how you encourage people to follow, not just to follow you, but also to work together for the greater good.
That's very true. That's very true. I want us to also, like most of our women that we're looking for, remember, this is our International Women's Month, and a month that we be more impactful to learn new things, make corrections, and to be inspired. Some will say that what are the challenges? What is the limitations that prevent some women from leading, from entering into leadership role? But some, they have a phobia to enter leadership role because of the responsibility, the burnout, Some of them, some people, once they go to work and come back, they can't do any other thing again.
Right.
They can't do any extra stuff. So can we discuss on that also? And let's see how we can solve or bring solution on how to navigate on that.
As you were saying that, I was thinking about myself. I never really saw myself as a leader or being in a leadership role. As a matter of fact, I've always been one to be, many years ago anyhow, to be in the background, because I felt that is where my place was, because I didn't feel as if whatever I had to say was of any value. And I feel that as women, a lot of us feel that way. We feel that we're just one small voice out there, and we feel that, whatever I have to say, no one is going to be interested in it. But it's just that as years went by and as I was given more responsibility to do more things, and I came across different subjects that were of interest to me, and I started to, learn more about it and internalize it and let it become a part of me. I realized, I do have something of value to say, and I can speak. And that helps to empower you now to stop sitting in the background and then come forward, because you realize that, I can contribute to the conversation, to the topic, or whatever the case may be. And whatever I do have to say is of value. And I think once you take those baby steps, then you are able to then now feel more confident in taking on those leadership roles, because you're no longer having those negative thoughts in your head, because sometimes it's all about what's in our head and our mind, right?
That's true.
So I feel that's important as well to note.
Yeah, that's very important. And to everyone watching us there, it's very important for you to, put yourself out there, socialize a little bit.
Yeah.
At least pay attention to other people. Don't be isolated and lonely to yourself. It's very important that when you discover what you have inside of you, you'll be so amazed, you know. And it's also very important for us to be able to understand that the people that are doing it, they are just like you, right?
That is very key.
Yeah,
as
they're
well.
just like any of us. So
Yeah.
you can increase your zeal, knowledge, understanding through mentorship, through conferences. It's all about socializing through webinar. When they invite you for something, participate. You can never know what come out of that. So sometimes some people feel that they don't know what to say. What will I say? Read. You know, partner with people, know what is happening there. So I think with that, it will help a lot to improve. You know, even as we in leadership, we are learning every day. Do you know we're in school every moment? We're in school learning, searching. Sometimes our kids are even surprised whether we are.
Yes, that's true.
You know, because our kids are wondering, Mom, you're too busy. Like, you know, one funny thing about it is that on our level now, we don't even want to wait for the kids because they waste our time. By the time you call and they are wasting time, you say, why can't I even learn this thing? If they don't teach you, go ahead and learn it.
On your own,
and become a pro on this. So it's very important that. Thank you so much. We are going to go into our, will I call it impactful moments? I will call it today impactful moment. When you step into leadership, how does it feel? I mean, like, if you can tell us a brief story, like just 2 minutes, your impactful moment in leadership as a woman leader in your career, in your organization, company, mention them. I will start by from Heroine Lady Abba.
How does it feel? To be very candid, most of the time you just find yourself in that role. It's not because you planned for it. For me, maybe if I talk about my career, maybe that took planning, right? You know, I knew where I wanted to go and I was just doing what I need to do to get there. But when it comes to the community, it wasn't about planning, it was about how can I add value? And so when you step into it, you feel, okay, what can I do to make life easier for everybody else? So talking about my story, coming to Canada, a lot of people told me, no, you can't work in the bank. And it wasn't just people that doesn't look like me. It was actually people that look like me because it's what they know that they're telling me. Right? And so when it got to a certain level in my life, I felt, is that the story I want everybody else to hear? That they can't do this, they can't do that, they can't do anything except maybe be on welfare, except be a PSW, right? That's not the story, because all these people are coming in with skills, expertise, experience. You know, they've gone to school. You want to make sure that at least they know they have the right information. And so when people started, and because you created that table, but you didn't know you're creating the table when you were doing it. And when the table started becoming bigger and bigger and you realize that you're actually impacting life, you want to do more. Because people come in and they see you as a subject matter expert. They see you as somebody that can help them with issues that they have, with their children, with their business, with their profession. It takes you to the next level. So again, when it comes to community, maybe it's not something that it's designed, I just want to be a leader. It doesn't work that way. But in the career, yes, but you would have had to go through certain things too, right? In career, but in community, it's kind of different. It just happens through passion, through love, through care, through wanting to show.
I want you to touch now again on that same topic, the critical moment of that leadership after choosing. You know, one thing is that they say that even God will not show you everything you need to know until you get in. As you get in, you keep solving it as it goes. Like the critical moment, the most challenging point, I would say that the cost and the crown of leadership. The cost and the crown of leadership.
So talking about challenging points, like you know, I've been opportune to start some leadership journeys with people. But the point is, it gets to a stage where some people will have to leave, or you'll have to go. Something will have to happen, and so I think I just
You took it by faith.
you just have to you know why you started, and that's why your why has to be
It's very important. Very, very important.
What's your why? Why are you doing it? Right? It can't be for the money because there's no money in it. It has to be that you actually want to effect change. So when people come into your life, people come into our life for a reason. And at times, people tell you that life is like traveling on a bus. You get to station A, some people are going to get down, some people are going to come in. That's just the way it is. So when we're on that journey, it happened that some people had to leave, and some people had to come in, and we continue because we know why we're doing what we're doing.
Has it been any time leadership felt so lonely for you?
Oh, it is very lonely. it is very lonely, especially
Burnout and rejected.
Burnout. So I've had people tell me, if something has to be done, why do you have to do it? Why does it have to be you? Right? To my face. Right? And I've had people tell me, oh, is it because, why is it that it's only your face that is showing? And I'm like, okay, if you want your face to show, you have to show up.
Absolutely. You know what? This is getting very interesting. Kim, hold on there. Because I see this place, we are going to nail it well. They call it honest discussion, deep honest discussion. So, our viewers, I will ask that you hold on, stay, wait for us. We are going for a break.
The People's Blessing Show is back and better. Get ready for a whole new season of the People's Blessing Show. Meet real people with real stories and exceptional accomplishments. This is the People's Blessing Show Hall of Fame series.
Hall of Fame is a series to honor individuals who have made significant impact in our community.
Celebrating
a master's degree and make my way in the world. So educated.
Not a lot of people know about me and where I came from. So
join Reverend Blessing Ajayi in the Royal Room as she shines the spotlight on icons who have inspired our community to do better. This season promises to be inspiring, informative, and entertaining. Showing on the Black Community Canada Television every Saturday. Connect with us on socials at People's Blessing Show.
Welcome back to our conversation. And as you know, we are still continuing on women in leadership. And before we went on break, we're talking about the moment it felt so burnout, the moment as a leader that is very lonely, rejected. Sometimes they see the awards, people see the beauty and the celebration of leadership. But they don't see the back, the struggles, the effort, the work that has to be put in so much. Sometimes I will say that, can anybody envy me? I don't even know. Like, the work is so much. You can only do it with passion and zeal. Trust me. Like, you are at your bed sleeping. A leader is there trying to solve problems, trying to burn out with your money, with your time, with your effort. For me, I think it's spirit lead. That's the only place you can find yourself in a place of comfort, rest, and peace of mind to be able to go through those costs, those inconveniences. And I was asking our honorable heroine here, you were sharing about the moment that you've really been lonely, the moment that you felt rejected sometime in your vision, in the process of solving that.
Yeah, there will always be times where people will challenge you, whether it is what you're doing, why you're doing it, and most of the time, these people challenging you really are not ready to do anything. And so I always tell people that there will always be noise. There will always be noise. But because you know where you're going, you know the importance of what you're doing, you know the value you're adding, you know the impact you're having, you allow the noise to just be noise, and you keep moving. You keep moving. And you're right, when the accolades started to come, I felt, wow, is this the way nonprofit is? I didn't realize that they give accolades to nonprofit.
Because it's a free work. It's a voluntary work.
You don't feel as if it's real work. Right?
Yeah, because you don't feel, you're just doing what you want to do, right?
Absolutely,
It's not
yes.
because of the accolades, but they came coming, and that is really when people kind of like it. People like the fleets and the glamour.
Exactly.
Not necessarily the hard work.
Absolutely, absolutely.
On Saturdays, we have events from 9 a.m. to 1:45. From 9 a.m. to 1:45. You gotta be committed to do that.
Absolutely.
If you're not, and that's the thing. So if you don't show up, how can you now get the accolades? Right? There's a lot of work to be done in the community. I tell people, community never sleeps. Period.
Right. It's true. It's true.
I think
I just wanted to mention a little bit about what, just as to continue from what you were saying there, Heroine, about, talking about critical moment as a leader, feeling rejected or lonely. You see, as a leader, when you're doing all this work, most of the times you're doing this work by yourself. You're isolated. There's other people are not around you. If you're doing this work, your family may be asleep, or they may be out, they may be enjoying themselves, but you're the only one there working away like a beaver. And it's only when the end results present itself from whatever that project or whatever it is you're doing, it's only then that people can admire what you have done. They weren't there to see the hard work, the commitment, the dedication, the sacrifice that you have put in, all the hours that you have put in. They're only there to see this, and then they're saying, oh, she makes it, make it look so easy, but it's not, because you have put in so much time and effort. So yes, there is a downside as well as an upside, but the thing about being a leader is that you're not just focusing on the downside. You're looking at the end result and how it can benefit a community, benefit your career, benefit your family. And that is the drive and passion which keeps us and keep our minds and our eyes focused on what we're doing, so that way we can present the end product.
And I want to add one more to it. And you actually alluded to it, Heroine Blessing, the fact that as you're doing all these little things, you're learning.
Yes.
You're learning so much.
teaching your children, your family.
Right? Somebody told me and said, how do you do the newsletter? I said, the times I do the newsletter, you're probably sleeping.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Everybody's sleeping while you're working.
Right? So you learn how to update YouTube, you learn how to do social media, you learn how to do CRM, you learn how, and believe you me, you want to improve yourself.
Yes.
You want to make change, even in yourself. You want to add value to yourself. Go and volunteer in the community. Go and volunteer. And it's not just about giving them 30 minutes of your time. It's about giving them your time.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's actually true. I'm also in that position. For me, I basically work full time, giving my time. I always say that I am in God's payroll, and God beautified me, provide everything that I needed, in the process. So, okay, viewers, we are going on break. We'll come back, and then we'll have MP Sonia with us today. Stay tuned, and we'll come back. Welcome back. Now we have Honorable Sonia, MP of Brampton South with us here today with the heroine. Are we not privileged to have her here today?
We're
It's
so
truly a
excited to
pleasure.
have her here today with
Thank
us.
you.
You're
for coming.
welcome.
Thank you for inviting me. First of all, hi to your viewers, and I'm feeling so much honored to be here. And happy International Women's Month, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
And just to let you guys know that Sonia is the heroine of the week.
Thank you for making
She's
me.
the heroine of the week. She's been working committedly. One thing I love about her is that she's very committed. No matter her tight schedule, she still make up the time to honor when especially things that pertaining women like this. She always there to honor. I really appreciate you for that. And just to go straight to the point, recently I just discovered that you are you are a health specialist. Tell us about that.
So, first of all, if I would say, we all women here, and how many times we do care about ourselves, right? So this is something we need to do because we are taking care of our families, our spouses, our kids.
Yes.
So this is something we need to do more awareness. So especially women don't take care of their health. Not everyone, but many of them.
Almost everyone, one way or the other, to be
We're always
honest.
taking care of everyone else.
And
So-
then now you are in leadership. Before now, we were talking about leadership.
So through your channel, I just want to give this message. Please, ladies, to care about yourself.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Yes, now you are into leadership, leading the community in a federal level. How do you navigate and balance this both together?
So, first time I got elected in 2015. And, I'm in 2 committees from that till today.
Wow.
Health and status of women. And in status of women, when I'm seeing lots of family domestic and domestic violence, and I'm seeing there's a lot need to do more. And when you're we are talking about balance in at work life and at home. It is hard. It is hard, especially because we have others hats too, responsibilities,
Yes.
childcare, others cares too. So we need to learn how to do balance, how to work with the balance,
Yes.
which is hard for some women, and I admit it's hard for me too. But I'm enjoying.
But you look so beautiful though. It's not showing at all.
Thank you, but I'm enjoying my work when many organizations, and I know we are together in February when we were celebrating Black History Month. Jean Augustine was there. She was Tailbrazer. I think she lives in Brampton West, close to your studio.
Okay, so I want to give our heroine Adechola and Heroine Kim to throw their questions or
Sure.
anything they have to ask right now.
So I will start. Again, I want to say thank you for coming. I know that you already said that it's important for women to take care of their health. And you actually were vulnerable in telling us that it's difficult even for you. So, knowing the fact that it's difficult, would there be maybe 1 or 2 things you would advise them to do? Because we know that drops of water makes an ocean. What is it that they can at least try to do? Because to your point, we tend not to take care of ourselves.
So I just really want to give heads off. Many women are, even though if we see if we are just watching here in Brampton in 3 levels, there's many councillors, there's many, MPPs, MPs, even from this riding, Kamakara, who just become health minister, and Ruby Sohota from Brampton North, myself from Brampton South.
Right.
We're all working hard. We enjoy it to work hard for our residents.
Yes.
But we have a life at home too,
After, yeah.
right? So it is hard sometimes because we're not what to. But my advice is this: like take care of your loved ones too when there's a time, right? And the most important thing, we need to take care of our health. Health is very, very important. If you have a good health, you can do a lot more. If you don't have health, then you cannot achieve any goal. So it's important to take care of your health. To take care of your health, two things. One is healthy eating.
Right.
Healthy eating. The second thing is to active lifestyle, to do exercise and relieve your stress. The mental health is it's very important.
Yes.
So some people like yoga, some people like exercise, some people like to dance, and whatever they like. I think we need to adopt a active lifestyle.
Thank you so much. Two things, viewers, you heard it. Eat well and stay active. Thank you.
That's right.
Heroine.
Well, I'm just going to ask a question that you probably are not going to expect, but I'm still going to ask it anyhow. And that is, what are some of the things, because we're talking about balancing work and family life, what are some of the things that you do in order to help with keeping that balance? What are some of your interests? What are some of the things that you do in your downtime, if you ever get that? What are some of those things?
So healthy eating. So most important, I know my twins. I have twin daughters and one son.
Oh, okay.
So one of my daughters, she's in medicine. So she's very don't eat this, don't eat that.
Right.
So we cook usually when we have a free time. We cook back to the basics.
Okay.
What my mom taught me. So I try to teach my daughters, and so we all together. Even my son, he was chopping onions, and someone is doing something. We all get together to do cooking.
So you're passing on the traditional family menus and meals and things like that, and having fun at the same time.
So mostly Sundays, we cook together, and paint night. One of my daughters, she loved painting.
Okay.
My painting is not that great. So we do sometime paint night, and then that's a thing we need to relieve our stress.
That's wonderful.
So sometimes listen music and walk together, in summer mostly, not in winter, but these are the things
when it's warm. And it's good that you can share that with our viewers, because a lot of times when we think about our MPs and think about our members in parliament and so on, we're only seeing what they're doing. We're thinking of them in serious terms and so on. But it's good that we can see that when they're able to relax, they're able to spend family time and do things that is also sociable and having fun as well, which is important for us in terms of family work and life balance. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, and we appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I want to ask, what are the critical moments in your political career, and even as a woman, that you have encountered? How do you solve it?
So one thing I just want to let you know, when my diabetes, I tabled the diabetes bill, private member bill, National Framework for Diabetes. I know there was three readings in the House, then it go to Senate, and COVID time I was very much worried. And then what's next? What's gonna happen to my bill? Because in Brampton, even every fifth or sixth person is affected with their diabetes or pre-diabetes. So it is important for me to. This is my vision. Everyone get the free diabetes medication. So when my bill was in last stage and House is gonna be adjourned soon, that was very critical event. And who gonna sponsor my bill in Senate? And I was so much worried, and I didn't leave my hope. And finally, I got one person, Senator Maji, who's physician, and she sponsored my bill. And today it's law in Canada, and this is a very proud moment for me to So this is my now when province is going to do the bilateral signature. so residents can get the free medication in Ontario. So 11 million Canadians who are affected with the diabetes, they will get the free through C64 pharmacare bill. And then now we did the devices launch too. So these are some, key figures like I was able to deliver. But it was critical moment when it got, it didn't finish and, but ending was so happy.
So far, before we go shortly into celebrating your being heroine, I wanted to know what are the area that you think that women should look up to when it comes to leadership. We have said it how complex it was even before you came, and now you're in there. Is it something you encourage people out there to embrace? Because looking at it, women are saying that there is just a few room for women in the government, in the politics, in different sectors, and we want more position. Can husband or men allow us? And if they do, what will you tell them to expect and how?
So, first of all, if I would say Liberal government, former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, as well as gender-based, cabinet, we have more women. That was the case. That is why I'm in the politics, because that was our former leader's vision, more women in the politics. That is why I got elected. I come forward. The second thing is this, any program, any policies, it was on a gender-based analysis, even budget, is affected on women or not. We are very proud of childcare. Childcare, because it's important. More women are going to the workforce. When you said that they can, they can take part in politics, in anywhere, if they got a good quality childcare. This was our goal, and it is reality now. And many, kids are saving, even the family houses saving almost $10,000 annually. So this is something, it's a good policy to help women, but we need to do more for women. As I said, domestic violence. Yes. So they need more support. That's why Safe Center Appeal. I always because on status of women, we did a good long study on domestic violence, and there was a recommendation. Wraparound services is very, very necessary for women. Wraparound services is you can get all the help from one place. Safe Center Appeal. Right. They have the child kids care where they can leave the kids and then get the good care. You can with your resume, and they will help you get the job, groceries, and there's legal services there. All kind of services you can get from one place.
Good, that's good.
And also good support. And Safe Center Appeal, I think more than 16 organization is one place. So, but we need to do a lot more on many other research. That is why, our government is proud of to give more health research, more funding to health research, because as the women are not taking care of. Many women are not taking care.
Walking and looking for money.
And the breast screening guidelines, breast cancer screening guidelines. It was 50, but now it comes in 40 because this is something we did study in a health committee because the cancer, my mom is fighting with the cancer. Many women when they got delayed in
for the breast screening
and it's too late. Early detection is the key.
Right.
Before it's
Thank you so much. It's awesome.
Can
you
I
have
just
a question
quickly say,
quickly?
no, not a question, just a comment. I wanted to say that Ashia, Amrit, and Akash must be really proud of you.
thank you.
Thank you for all you
Yeah.
do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. In fact, I wish you have more time, but you've said it all. Women should take care of themselves, especially their health is very important. And through your advocacy, you said now that the rate of cancer increase has reduced, right? It's from 50 to 40.
No, age.
The age. Okay.
Age for screening.
Age for screening.
Yeah,
Okay.
for screening. For
This is a committee. I don't want us to take more credit, but it's
Yes.
all committee. We
Yes.
did because this is something, early detection is the key.
Yes.
We all did the advocacy and many other things. If you see that diabetes, mostly my bill, this is like I would say this.
Of course, there must be a start somewhere.
Somebody's gotta
before-
start it.
Yeah, everybody take leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we time just the last word to direct to the camera to the viewers, so that they will take something, wrap it up for them. And
But
then
before you do that, I think it's important for us just to make sure that we allow our viewers to understand. We want to make sure that it's clear, based on what MP Sonia said, that the age, because a lot of people still think that the age is 60 or 65.
No,
It's
50.
Okay.
Sorry, so it's good to know now that we are able to have that pre-screening earlier. rather than
Earlier.
waiting later.
Okay.
And a lot of
Okay.
women are not aware of that, and that's very critical to women's self-care.
Actually, they are doing a very good job because we receive every month. If you don't go for screening, they keep sending it.
Yes.
Once you are 40, 50,
Yeah.
you start receiving it. That's a good job from your table of cabinet. Thank you. So now we're going to celebrate the Heroine Week, recognition to our Honorable Sonia. Our MP, our wonderful community leader, who has been very, very dedicated, committed in the work that she do and she believes, especially in healthcare area. You are already teaching me a lot here, all of us. So, Sonia has been the member of parliament for Brampton South since 2015. With her background in healthcare, she has shaped policies on healthcare, on childcare, dental care, mental health, and diabetes. She has been a strong advocate for public transit, infrastructure, and economic growth in Brampton. She has led and fight against diabetes in Canada as the chair of all party diabetes census. Her private members BC237 established the national framework for diabetes, leading to free diabetes medication coverage under the National Universal Pharmaceutical Bill, C64.
Thank you very much.
So
Thank
I want
you.
to celebrate you today. I can't read all. This is just a brief of who and what you have done. Want to celebrate you and induct you to the Heroine as one of the Heroine of the Week, especially using it to celebrate the International Women's Day, a month that will talk about leadership and impact, influence. It doesn't come at its place. It comes through effort, passion, zeal, commitment, and hard work. I will mention that.
Yes.
So we want to celebrate you for all that you have done, Thank you so much for leading, not just in Brampton South, but all over Brampton, all over our region, all over our ridings, and Ontario, covering Canada as a whole. Thank you so much. We are so proud of you, and we continue to pray that you will walk through. I hope you go for the next one and the next one again, if possible.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
so we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming and spending time with us and sharing your knowledge with us and in the community as well. We appreciate that.
Thank
Yeah.
you, BCCTV, for inviting me. And
If there's any last words you want to give to the audience, what would that be so that we can let you go because we know you're very busy?
so this is something that, just I want to, when you said that what message for the young girls, first of all, take care of yourself, eat healthy, and involve. If you want to come into politics, when you said how you can involve in politics, there's a 3 level of government. You can start with the volunteering. We have municipal government, we have provincial government, and we have a federal government. If you want to come in a federal, we have all MPs have youth council. Please involve yourself. And right now, everyone need volunteers. Please join our teams, and you can learn a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So thank you, viewers, for watching. God bless you. Look out for the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much.